My name is Jingo, Kumbirai. This is my story of how the man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, transformed me from my previous lifestyle. I'm born from a family of 7, and myself being the last born. I grew up with my mother after my father had passed away during wartime. He was working for the government which was there during that time, the Smith regime, and he was a soldier. We had a very happy family, and the background was good. But I was just a little boy, 7 months old, when my father passed away. I grew up in a church environment. My grandfather was a Roman Catholic. We used to go to Roman Catholic, but later on, because of the tragedy, my mother decided to change into a white government church. So I was going there, I get baptized from that church, and everything was kind of normal. So I didn't know all this, the tragedy that had happened to my father, what was involved in his death. I didn't know until at the age of around 12, when my father, our firstborn, narrated the whole story to me. He told me that my father was killed, and there were 7 of them, and it was very bad. They were killed, the reason being because you work for the government of Smith, and his relatives were the ones who were involved in this. And it hated me so much, and I couldn't bear it, to an extent that I then decided to say, no, I'm worshiping this God, but something like this can happen. Why? Is there any God in the first place? So I told myself that I must revenge, since my mother was then going to a church, and she didn't want to get involved in any witchcraft or whatever, and my brothers, and I thought they were weak. So I said to myself, no, I'm the only person who can revenge for my father, because I was deprived of seeing him. I grew up most of the times because my mother then was going to the nearby farms, selling some clothes to get the money to raise us and for school fees. So most of the time I was living with this guy from Mozambique, Carareto Ernesto Sumbrero. So you used to do a lot of things, spiritual things, and I was watching because I was with him. So I began to know that, to realize that there's another world out there, a supernatural world, where people have powers. There are some form of powers that you can get somehow, some way. So I started desiring this kind of power so that I could revenge the enemies on what had happened to my father. I desired that so much, to an extent that ever since I was 12, I was befriending old people, those who know how to go about it, and I was told so many things. I started to get involved into some rituals at the age of 12, doing all sorts of things, meditating upon other people, meditating badly, and I could see it coming to pass, you know. People being hurt and all sort of bad things happening to people through some evil incantations. And I desired it, and it was growing in me, gradually growing into me as I was growing, to an extent that I left the rural areas, came into the city. I stayed in Highfield. It was growing. I wanted money so that I could do everything, you know, to revenge. So I started doing all sorts of evil things, you know, hanging around with thugs, getting involved in all sort of things, criminal activities. And because I needed more and more power, I didn't stop visiting witch doctors in search for more and more powers. Until I met this girl who was a daughter to a certain witch doctor from Mavuku. I decided to marry her because I wanted to be very close to the father, because I knew the father was powerful. So I did that. I went ahead and get married to the daughter. Then I managed to get the access to this man. I talked to him and he said, no, already where you are, I cannot do anything to you, but I can refer you to his spiritual father, who was a guru in that kingdom. So, and he asked my wife, the daughter, to take me to that place. I went there to the old man. What surprised me when I get there to that old man, it seems as if he already knew about me, because he just said, yeah, I was waiting for you. Go back and come back backwards. I came there, said, remove everything. Said, I'm start working on you now. I was waiting for you to come. You are not ordinary. You are not like any other person. And he sent my wife off. And I stayed there. He started working on me. And he said to me, what I'm doing to you, this is just for kings. We do this to kings only. So this is the beginning of your journey. I'm working on you, you shall see. Then he started working on me and my life changed from that very moment. Everything about me changed. Even at the workplace, I had this power I could control things, I could cause people to sign even my papers so that I can get money, and I could do all sorts of things with people. I started doing all sorts of evil things. If I desire a wife, even if I'm renting, let's say I'm renting at your place and you are married to your wife and I desire her, all of a sudden she'll become mine. And you cannot do anything about it, and she can't even refuse. And I could be going out with your wife and your daughter as well. And if you have children, some boys, they will end up taking drugs, weed, doing all sorts of funny things. If they were going to school, they will end up not going to school. I had very bad influence, everywhere where I stayed, in every suburb that I stayed. All the young men there, all the women there, they will end up banking, no longer going to school, coming to my place, drinking alcohol, taking drugs, all sort of evil things. Until it came to a point where this old man said to me, he was 91 years of age and his wife was 21 years of age. He said to me, now, at the level at which you are operating at, I don't think I can father you anymore. My father said I should come with you to a neighboring country. This old man is 91 years of age, but the grandfather is still alive in our neighboring country. So he said, prepare yourself. You have to get all the photos of all the people that you love. Get them with you. You have to take them with you, because we don't know the demands that might be needed there. So prepare yourself, because you'll be going. There, all your things will be sorted out. You get all the power that you require, all the power that you need, and it will be well with you. So I was very happy because of this. I really liked it. I really liked it. All the time I would have dreams seeing this old man and all sorts of people coming in my dreams at the night to give me some things to drink, like giving me more powers. Every time they would come. Every time, every week, I would have a dream, them coming and giving me some more powers, to an extent that if I want a girlfriend, I would just greet her and talk in my heart that I'm taking you home with me, And she will never deny that. She would never deny that. So I could do all sorts of things, and I was enjoying that. Most of the criminals in Harare, they would come for, let's say he's wanted by police, he's committed a crime. They would come to me and say, hey, Waga, I need your help here. The police is after me. What should I do? And say, don't take it easy, I would just take him to the old man, clean him up. He goes to court and everything will just be no case to answer. So I was connected with some thugs. And even some of the women that are married to some big guys, businessmen, they would come to me and say, my husband is cheating on me. He's got another girlfriend. He bought a girlfriend a house, and I'm not happy with that. And say, what do you want us to do to your husband? And they say, I want you to do something to confuse him. And I would say, okay, just go and bring something for him. And we would do that, and it would work. And at the end of the day, she became my girlfriend. I'll start enjoying the money of that person. I'm controlling. I was enjoying that kind of lifestyle because I was no longer working. I was just doing that. Then during that time, that side, it's not about prayers, it's about sacrifices. There are sacrifices that are demanded there. Lots of them, And I was prepared. I did a lot of them. I was good at that. My heart couldn't beat. You see, I could do anything for power because I desired more and more power. So I really prepared for that. I was supposed to go there and stay 21 days there, doing what they were supposed to do on me. So he told me to prepare. I get prepared for that. Then this one day, I was in a club and I was just enjoying myself there with the owner of the club and another gentleman who were drinking beer at the corner there, the VIP in that club. That's where I was drinking my beer. And all of a sudden, this other man just came. He was dressed scruffy, like a madman. And in this club, they say strictly smart. But I don't know what happened with the security. They allowed this man to get in to the club. He was a very tall man. He came straight to where I was seated. And he was dancing to music. We were looking at him, we were drinking. And then he came to me, he grabbed my beer, my glass of beer. He drank the beer and put the glass down. We didn't talk to him. We didn't say anything. The owner of the club decided to call the bar lady and to get me another beer in another glass of beer. Then I got that. I started drinking. He came back again, that man. He took the beer from me again. And these two guys, they decided to just leave us there. They knew my character, that I was a bad guy. So they thought maybe we could start a fight or something can just happen. They moved out. I remained there seated with this man. And he said to me, my friend, all these people, they think that I'm crazy. I'm not crazy at all. It's only that I'm coming from a very far place. But I'm here to just deliver a message to you. Do you know that you are a great man? I just looked at him. I didn't answer. And he said, just learn to give. Don't be offended about these beers. What is beer? Learn to share, Learn to give. Give. Just learn to give. Then I just looked at him. I said, you are now teaching me about giving my beer. What is this? You see? And he said, you think it's about beer? He went into the toilet, he came back, he pulled his wallet, he had a lot of money. He had money and he bought some beers for me. And he started drinking. He said, I just came to deliver a message to you, learn to give. He told me about giving. Learn to give. You are a great man. Unfortunate part, maybe you will never see me again because I'm coming from a very far place. And then he went. I stayed in the club, I was drinking beer until later. I came out of the bar. The moment he left, some people, most of the people, those who know me, they rushed to me and they were asking, who is this man? We saw him. They said, I know he was talking about me giving beer and I don't understand that. He has gone. So after that, I went home, I slept, I never thought about anything. The following day, I went into the club. You know, I was taking things at easy because I was just counting down for my days to go. So I went into the club and I bought my beer. I was seated at the couch and a certain young man who knows me came to me and said, no, Dread, I want to introduce you to a certain man who is a mechanic. I know you want your car to be fixed. So I will introduce you to that very good mechanic. And I said, it's okay, I'm here. He said, fine. He goes, I was there drinking beer by myself in the club. There was no one else who was there. I was just by myself around 12 midday. And I saw that young man coming back with that man and he was pointing at me, go and talk to that Rasta man there. Then I knew that was the mechanic. And he came to me, he was scruffy, he was looking dirty, putting on some mapata-pata and dirty trousers, you know. And he sat next to me. I greeted him. I said, where do you come from? I said, no. What do you mean? I said, I mean your rural home. I said, no, I'm from Bindura. And he said, okay, where exactly? I said, just after Dombosha was there. He said, okay, so that's Koromon's, right? And I said, yes. And he said, so you are my uncle. And he started shaking his head. He said, why are your relatives so wicked? Why are they wicked like this? I said, what are you talking about? He said, no. These people are wicked. He said to me, do you know that you are a great man? And I said, this one is a sangoma. I was just thinking in my mind, this could be a sangoma now. He said, I'm not a sangoma. I'm not a sangoma, my friend. Let me tell you, from today, learn to bow down on your knees, your knees, and worship unto the Lord. I worship unto the Lord. I am giving you a new recipe. From now on, first thing in the morning, you must kneel down and thank God. Before you get out of your house, you have to go down on your knees and thank God. And even before you go to bed, 3 times a day. This is the new recipe that I'm giving you. And I was shocked. He's talking about the recipe. We used to call these charms some name, some recipe. If I want to give someone charm, I would say, no, I have a new recipe for you. Come and collect it. So he said, I want to give you some new recipe. I was shocked. How did you know about the word recipe? It's got something to do with charms. I said, no, I'm giving you the new recipe to worship 3 times a day. And he said, don't go where you want to go. The devil is a liar. I said, what? I was thinking in my mind, where I want to go? How do you know? How do you know that I want to go somewhere? How did you know that? I didn't ask him. I was asking this in my mind. He said, my friend, don't go where you want to go. I am giving you a new recipe from today. Learn to kneel down on your knees and worship unto the Lord. You are a great, great, great man. You are a king. And I said, look here, my friend. You said you are a mechanic. He said, yes, I know. You pulled his wallet and he pulled out a journeyman's card. It was class 1 journeyman's card. It was written class 1 mechanic. And I said, okay, how much do you charge me for the engine overhaul? And he said, I don't want even a single cent from you. I'll come tomorrow to your place. I'll fix your car, do the engine overhaul. And if God remembers you, remember me as well. I don't need even a single cent. And I said in my mind, I said, this man, he wants to drink my beer for free. That's why he's talking all this rubbish. You see, he just wants to drink my beer. That's what I was thinking in my mind. And he said to me, no. You think I need beer? He stood up, he went to the toilet. On his way back, he came and he paid for some beers. And I saw the waitress coming behind him with some beers. And he started buying beer from that time until late, very late. He was buying beer for me. And yet I thought maybe this guy, he just wanted beer from me. And he bought beer for me. The whole day, he was buying beer for me, reminding me to pray 3 times a day. And emphasizing that I was not supposed to go where I wanted to go. And I was shocked. I even thought he's a what do you call them? Witch doctor. He said, no, I worship unto the Lord. I was shocked. We drank beer until late. He said, no, I'll take you to your house because I want to know where you are living so that I'll come tomorrow morning and fix your engine. He said, it's okay. We went to my house. I showed him the place. He said, okay, you can sleep now. I'll be here tomorrow morning. First thing. He said, okay, thanks. He went. First thing in the morning, around 6 o'clock in the morning, he knocked at my door. I opened the door. I saw him with a very big box, with a tooth box. He said, I am here to fix the engine. I said, okay. Hi, I thought you will not come because we were drunk yesterday. We were drinking and smoking like nobody's business. He said, no, I mean business. We lifted the engine from the storeroom outside. And he said, you can go back and sleep. He started working on the engine. And then he woke me up about 2 hours later. That was around 8. He said, now I'm done. Can you give me engine cleaner? I gave him the engine cleaner and he cleaned the engine. And he said, now give me a piece of paper and a pen. I gave him. He said, I want you to go and buy this 1, 2, 3 things and you bring them and then I'll fix your engine. I said, okay, fine, thanks. But how much did you say you want for this job? He said, Sekuru, you thought I was drunk. I wasn't drunk. I said, I don't need even a single cent from you. You think you are making it. You are not making it. You are not making it. I don't need even a cent from you. I'll just fix your engine. When God remembers you, then you remember me. That's what he said. He said, remember, yesterday I gave you a recipe. And I said, I was drunk. What were you talking about? And he said, no, I told you that before you go to bed, you must thank God. First thing when you wake up in the morning, thank God. Before you come out of your house, thank God at least 3 times a day. Even if you don't know what to say, just say, God, I thank you. Jesus, I love you. That's what he told me. And I said, oh, okay, I remember, yes. And he said, I'm not seeing you praying yesterday. Let's pray now. And we prayed together with that man. And after that, he said, remember my words. And he left. It was troubling me. I was thinking, but how can this man, how does he come to know that I've got a trip that I'm supposed to make somewhere? Who told him that my intentions is to go somewhere for some powers? I didn't reveal this to anyone. So how did he come to realize, to know about this? So I was worried. I was thinking a lot. Until I came to a point where I said to myself, but if it is God who told this man, like you have said, he's not a witch doctor, so obviously maybe he's a prophet. If it's God who is telling him, No, well, this is the same God that I don't want to worship and I will never. This is the God that I hate so much. The God who cannot defend you in times of trouble. He could have defended my father. He was not supposed to allow such a thing to happen, to befall us. So how can I worship such a God? This is rubbish. I will go. I will still continue with my journey. I'll go. And after all, if it's God, these guys are dirty. These guys, they're not rich. How can they come and advise me? I want to make money. I want to be rich. I don't like this. This is a poor God. That's why he talks to some scruffy guys like this. This is rubbish. I began to convince myself that I should go and move forward with my plan. I was not going to turn back, but I was just talking to myself. I never discussed this with anybody. I was just trying to convince myself that I must go for this thing. Because to me, I was saying this is an opportunity that I might not be able to get again. So I have to make sure that I have prepared. And I didn't care what the cost was. I didn't care. I knew very well that there was a sacrifice there very badly. But because I wanted this power, I wanted money so badly. I wanted to revenge. So to me it was, why not? My father is dead, he has been killed. 7 people have gone. So if I will do anything for that. There's no price which is too hard for me. I can pay any price. I was willing and determined to go. And I was actually enjoying myself, waiting for this day to come. So I said, this is rubbish. You're telling me not to go, the devil, what? God is no more powers. Now the powers is with Lucifer. I thought the Lucifer is now in charge. I thought he's the master, So I said, no, why should we talk about God? God is for poor people, weak people, coward. I cannot do that. I have to fight for my father. I have to revenge. This is unfair. If this God was there, he was supposed to protect us from the word go. He was not supposed to allow this to happen. So what nonsense about God? This is rubbish. So I convinced myself that I will go. And I went into the club. I was drinking beer. I was a heavy smoker. I was taking every drug. I used to drink like a fish. I had names. They know me out there. I used to drink. I couldn't sleep without drinking. And everything from snuff, I used to take, weed, I used to take, all sorts of things. I could not go for 1 hour without taking in a drug and some beer because, I'll be trying to refresh my mind and to comfort myself, you see. So every time I have to be taking something. In the same club, I bought my beer. I was drinking beer. I was seated there by the couch, and a certain gentleman came in. This time around, this one is a gentleman. He's got some money. He drives some flashy cars. He came in. I used to see him, but I never spoke to him one-on-one. I just used to see him and admire him. He came into the bar and I was seated there. I was alone. And he bought some beers. He asked the waitress, what does he drink? What does that gentleman drink? And the waitress told him now he drinks Pilsner. And he asked him, what about the cigarettes? And the waitress told him that I smoke Everest. And he ordered me a quart of Pilsner and Everest. I saw the waitress coming with the order. And I said to the waitress, no, I didn't order some beer. I've got my beer. He said, no, it's that gentleman over there. He's the one who bought for you. I raised my head. I saw that this gentleman had ordered beer for me. I said, no, thanks, Papa. He said, no, my friend. Just enjoy yourself. We are friends. What are friends for? Enjoy yourself. Thanks a lot. I started drinking that beer. Off he went. And then the following day, I came back again in the same club. I saw this gentleman. He was seated alone, having a beer. And there was no one else in the club. I went by the bar. I asked the bar lady, do you know this gentleman? He said, yes. I said, what does he drink? He said, he drinks Bolingers. And asked, what about smoke? He said, he smokes Benson and Hedges. I said, okay. Can I have 20 Benson and Hedges and Bolingers? And I bought for him, and the waitress served him. And when the waitress was handing over the beers and the cigarettes to him, he said, no, I just wanted to have one quick one and rush where I'm rushing. I didn't order for in this. The waitress explained to him and said, no, it's Dread who ordered beer for you. And he saw me. And he said, Dread, come, my friend. Come. How are you? And then I went there. I wanted to grip him. I wanted to hug him. He was seated. The moment I wanted to hug him, this guy is loaded. He's got money. The moment I wanted to hug him, he said, no. Young man. This. No. It can't be. It can't happen. It can't be. There is this great man of God. His name is Prophet Makandiwa. Do you know him? I was surprised. Great man of God, Prophet Makandiwa. Do you know him? Me knowing him. What? For what? Why should I know him? He said, my brother, I want you to go and see him. I want you to go and see him. Let me find out. I think they meet on Sundays. The place must be in Belvedere. I'll find out the details for you. It must be City Sports Center. I want you to go and meet the great man of God. And I said to myself, what for? Why should I go and meet the great man of God? For what? Is there something wrong with me? You know, I was shocked and I started shivering. I couldn't understand. Go and see Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, a great man of God. For what? After telling me that, and he didn't even drink the beer that I bought for him. And then he stood up and he went. I was troubled in my spirit. So much troubled. A great man of God. Which God? I must go and see him. For what? Do I have any problem? Where is my problem? What? For what? Who told him that? I needed to see a man of God. For what? It was troubled me. I came out of that club. I asked a certain old man. I said, hey, do you know about Prophet Makandiwa? He said, Dread, don't you know Prophet Makandiwa? He's always on TV. He heals the sick. He does some deliverances. I said, so am I sick? Why should I go and see him? I said, you don't know. You just look for the young man who sells some DVDs. You can actually bought a DVD from that for Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa from me, and you can go and watch it yourself. I even took my wife there to City Sports Center. They actually meet on Sundays and on Tuesdays, and they also do some healing sessions on Mondays. It's just there by Belvedere, by the City Sports Center. I said, what is this? What is this? What is this now? So I was troubled in my spirit. Then I went home that day. I slept. I was thinking about it. But before I even went home, this old man, this old Mdara, the person who was my spiritual father by then, he called me and he was emphasizing that you must be ready and be prepared and know that we are going and the days were numbered. So I said, yeah, I know it. I'm very much ready. Everything is in place. We'll be leaving. But I was troubled in my spirit. I was thinking, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, what is it? Then I received a call from the company that I used to work for, which is very close, nearby City Sports Center in Belvedere. It's actually in Belvedere Road. They called me. They said, we have a meeting for all the retrenchees. So you are invited. Come on Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning. I said, okay, I'll be there. It was to discuss about our packages. So definitely I was supposed to go. So on Tuesday, I went there to the meeting. I attended the meeting. It was there the whole day. We break for lunchtime. We came back at 2 o'clock. We proceeded. The meeting couldn't finish until after 5 to 6. That's when they said, no, we want to close now. Since we didn't finish, we have to meet again next week, Tuesday, same time at this place. So we dismissed. And as I was coming out of the meeting, I got into Belvedere Road. I saw a lot of people, lots of people. They were walking down the road going towards City Sports Center. I asked them, where are all these people going to? Is there a political rally somewhere? Because they are in thousands. And they said, you dread. Don't you know that there is UFIC church there? They are going to Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. There is a service, today is Tuesday. And I said, what? They're going where? He said, they are going to Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa's church. And all of a sudden, I saw myself in that club. And this man is saying, I want you to go and meet that great man of God. I want you to go there. And I said, oh, my friend, now I'm not going home. I'm turning. Now I'm going to City Sports. I want to see this man. I want to see this man. And I turned. I started following those people. I said, let me just have my smoke here before I get into this church. Then I went there, I did my smoke. I went there. I get at the City Sports Center. I saw some security guys. They were saying, now it's full inside. You can only go to the overflow tents. I went outside to the overflow. The place was packed. It was packed. But when I get there, I was in logs, very long logs, and my eyes were reddish. And the usher there, he saw me coming, and he came to me and he said, no, you're welcome, Baba. You can have a seat. He gave me his chair. He said, you can sit here. I took the chair and I sat at the last row. Beside me, there was a young girl who was seated there. We were watching praise and worship on the screens. So the moment I sat on that white chair, my phone rang. I took my phone, I checked, I saw it was that old man, that man. I said, hello? He said, yes, where are you? I said, I'm somewhere. He said, no. Make sure you're out of that place now. Get out of that place now. And I said, what's wrong? I'm just here. I want to see this Makandiwa, and this guy is telling me to. What's wrong? How did you know that I'm here? I cut the phone. He called again. Hey, Papo, get out from there right now. I was worried. What is this now? Why is he calling me to get out of here? I haven't yet seen this man. I want to see him. He continued calling me. I put my phone on silent. He continued calling, I think about 7 times. I switched off the phone. Then I heard a voice. He was like, you are switching the phone for me. I'm actually telling you what you're supposed to do here. Where you are there is not safe for you. Right now, don't you know what you are carrying in your wallet? And what is in your waist right there? Right now, it will turn to become a python. And all the people are going to say, he's a Satanist. And they will come after you. Get away now. And I said, I think I've made a mistake here. I think I have to go. I wanted to pull my chair so that I can just pretend as if I want to go to the loo and just disappear. So at the moment I tried to pull my chair, I heard like another voice again saying, just relax and meet the man. Relax, this is the place. So I was confused now, thinking, should I go? Should I leave? I was busy thinking. Before I even noticed, The girl who was seated next to me, she started rejoicing. They were celebrating Morari, or everyone in the overflow. People are celebrating, yeah. And I said, I asked this girl, what all this happy for? What the Morari for? And she said to me, Prophet is here. I said, what? She said, Prophet is now here. Can't you see Prophet is standing there? I said, which one? He said, Prophet is there. Then I saw in the screen, the tall man holding a microphone. I said, is that the man? He said, yes, that's Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. I said, whoa, okay. I didn't know. And he said, praise and worship, you are wonderful people. God bless you. Thank you so much. You may take your seats. And I said, let me wait. Then he was happy. The man was happy. He was happy, smiling. Then I looked at him. I'm saying, what kind of a man is this? All these thousands of people gathering for him. Is he stronger than the Mdara? What is it? Which God? So I was looking at him and I was amazed. And he said, this service is not for all of you people in the main auditorium. This service is for a certain man. It's just for one person. And the person is listening to me right now. He's seated in the overflow. There is celebrations in the heavens. They are rejoicing because of the man. You understand what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. Just relax. I said, what is he what is he talking about? I was listening and he said, God sent an angel to you and you were in the beer hall. You were drinking beer. And the angel of the Lord came to you and he told you, learn to give. You must give. And I said, this man, what is he talking about? You must learn to give. It was me who was told to give. Was that man an angel? No. He was a man. I actually drank beer with you. He was not an angel. He said, relax, I'm talking to you. You understand what I'm talking. And he's at the pulpit in the main auditorium. And I was seated in the overflows. And it seems like he's answering me. He's telling me to relax. You understand? And I said, okay. And he said, and God sent another angel to you again on the third day. And I'm hearing the angel ministering to you, giving you a new recipe. You must learn to thank the Lord, to kneel down on your knees and worship unto the Lord. And I said, no. This man is talking about me. This man is talking about me. And he said, you understand, relax, my brother. You understand. And he said, you started complaining to God. How can you send such people who are dirty and scruffy and this is the reason why I don't even want to worship you in the first place. I don't like this. Until there was an emergency meeting in the heavens. And God decided to send another angel for the third time, a gentleman. Then I said, oh, this man is talking about me. Somebody told him that dread is in your place. Somebody must have told him. How can you know this? I didn't reveal this to anybody. No one knows about this. How can you know all this? This man is dangerous. You see? Then I said to myself, but how can somebody tell him? Because I never discussed this with anybody. No one knows about this. How did you know this? He's talking about me, this man. And he went on and he said, no, my brother. God did not remove you from where you were working very close by here, this place, because he wanted you to suffer. No. He removed you there because you must begin to serve him. It's now your time to serve God. And I said, I am the person who was working very close by here. And it's true. I'm actually coming from a meeting of retrenchees. So, what is going on here? I started desiring to hear more and more and more and more. That service was about me and me alone. It was a short service, and we went home. When I was going, I asked this young girl, I said, hey, I want you to tell me something. Which days do you have services here? He said, we have services on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, there are partner services like this one. And on Sundays, we have normal service. It starts early in the morning. So if you want to get into the main auditorium, you have to be here very early in the morning, because people, they will be here as early as 4 o'clock in the morning. And I said to myself, I'll be here. I want to get inside there. I want to see him face to face. I want to see this man. What sort of a man is this? I went home. I was busy thinking, are there people like this in this world? I thought the Mdara is the best of all. How can this man know about all these things that was happening to me? How is that possible? Because myself, I thought this old man was the last. I have never seen such kind of power. I was shocked. I went again the next service. Early in the morning, around 5:30, 5:30 in the morning, I was there by City Sports Center, and the queue was already approaching that main tower, the main road there. I was given a card with a number. It was 300 something. Then I thought I would be able to enter into the main auditorium. But unfortunately, when we were about to enter there, we were told that the place is full. You have to go to overflow. And I said to myself, no. I take what I want every time. I'm not going to the overflow. I'll have to get inside. I'm not going anyway. I remained standing there. Until the security, they looked at me and they saw that this man is up to something. And they advised me to say, no, just wait, man. We just want to check if there are others, if there's any other place inside so we can fit you in. Just wait a minute. Then I stood there, and they came and said, no, you can get inside. There's a place for you. And I went inside. I was seated at that bay where the sick people, where they stay. I went there, and I was given a place there. And the man of God came. My God, it was too much. The service was about me. He was in detail talking about me, in detail. I was in logs, and I was putting one military green attire, which I used to put on. And even the usher there saw that, why is this man being troubled like this? I thought, should I run to the front and say, no, you are talking about me? Tell me. Then another mind came and said, no, what if this man, if he can see all this? What if he say, but what is it that in your waist? And what is it in your, take out your wallet, I want to see what is it. And what all these thousands of people say about me. You might think that I'm coming here to try him. No, I must not go there. Let me wait. And the whole service was about me. And I said to myself, hey, this God. So this thing was happening in Zimbabwe all along, and I didn't know. There's a man like this. And I said to myself, wait a minute. I think I need to come here again without all of these things that I'm carrying now. I think I have to come back again here and see if I can manage to see this man. I will not cancel my journey, but I want to see one-on-one with this man. I think this man is more powerful. You know, I went home. I came again, the other service. He started preaching about wrong connections, because this old man was now demanding that I was supposed to come and I should not turn back. As we had agreed, I was still supposed to sacrifice, and now I didn't want anymore, because I had seen some level of power. Then, and what was surprising me is why was he kind of like crying on the phone? Get out of there, get out of there. What was happening to him? I didn't understand. So from that, I learned that there's much great power here than going there. And he started talking about everything. He started explaining everything to me. And I think deliverance started there. Because I changed everything gradually. I said, no, I'm no longer going there. I think I need to understand what exactly is this God trying to. And he even went ahead and he came to the service and he said, one of the services he said, I'm giving my S600 Mercedes Benz, the black one. You can sell it church and buy the equipment for God. And I said, what? That old man, he doesn't drive such a car. He doesn't even have a car. And this man can give an X600 Mercedes Benz. Just to give it just like that. And all that was being done just for me to see that this God can really bless. This is how I came to UFI and I was coming. Then I knew that I had drawn a line between me and the devil because I had betrayed them. So I needed some covering because these guys were wicked and they could kill me. I knew that very well. They can do that. So I said to myself, what should I do to make sure that I'm protected? So I said, no, the best thing is to save this man. I think I need to save him. There was an announcement in the church. Is there anyone who wants to join ushering or security? Straight away I ran. I said, I want to join ushering. I went into the ushering department. I started serving there. I had logs. No one asked me to remove the logs. No one asked me to do that. But as the man of God was teaching, I felt it in my spirit that how can I be carrying all these things now? I'm now believing to this man. So I had to remove it. And deliverance started happening bit by bit, gradually. As I was getting information, I think the man of God, he even said in one of the services, most of you people, you don't want to come here because you think we will expose you. You think we will prophesy to you and tell the people about what you were doing before. No. We don't do it like that here. We know what we do here. And he was talking to me. He was talking to me because I didn't want any prophecy by then. I didn't want it. I was not yet ready for prophecies. So he was actually telling me to relax and I will never prophesy to you. You see, but I understand the deliverance was happening to me bit by bit, and even said all the services were about me. It was about my deliverance. He gave me the strength to go and destroy the altar that I had erected in my house, which was an evil altar, where I used to go and do some wicked things there. So I wasn't really enjoying going back into the house that I was staying because of that thing. And he gave me the strength. One day I just came from the service and I said, no, I'm going to destroy you, devil. I took that altar. I went outside the house in the midnight. I went in a forest. I went there and with the altar. And I said, I have made a decision. God, you called me because you love me. I am turning my back to the devil. I am destroying everything that belongs to the devil. And I will never turn back. And I looked back to the road that I was going to use when I'm going back. And I took the altar. I throw it from the back. Said, I'm destroying you. And I'm paralyzing every power. We are going on separate ways. I will never look back. I will never come back to you. I'm going my way. I am with Jesus now. And then I walked. That's how I destroyed that altar. Because I didn't want to take it to church. I didn't like to embarrass myself. That's how I did it. And from that moment, I felt peace even in the house. And things were really bad by then. Things were then bad for me because there was no way I could get money from when I was not going to work. I was disconnecting. He was talking about bad connections, disconnecting to all those people. So I had isolated myself. I was no longer driving. I had to shift from Hatfield to Cranbourne. I had to move into a one-room, a cabin, because there was no more money. So I was renting in a very small room, a cabin there. I had to sell some properties so that I can maintain. So I was going to church by foot. Most of the time I would walk on foot from Cranbourne. I would follow that railway line and into town, then cross the town by the coast there. Then I would cut myself straight then I would walk to City Sports Center. Get there early in the morning because we were supposed to be there 1 hour before the service as ushers. So I would get there and then look for a cloth, try to clean up my shoes, getting ready for the service. Then without even a cent, with nothing. And I didn't want to appear. I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want anyone to see me because of what I was going through those days, So everything became nasty. Everything was bad. No more money, no friends, nothing. To an extent that if the prophet started prophesying around 4 o'clock, I would start complaining that now is now prophesying. This is 4 o'clock. Does he know that I will have to walk from here back home to Cranbourne? If he started prophesying now, maybe the service will end around 7. How am I going to get home? I don't even have a single cent for transport because I would have to walk from church back to Cranbourne. I didn't have even a single cent. And you'll be preaching about, I'm sending leather sofas. I'm sending sausages. And yet I've got nothing in home. Nothing at all. I used to collect some empty bottles, go and change them, get some few cents, walk to Mbaremsika on foot from Cranbourne and buy a cup of matemba. Get back home, I'll have to group it in some groups that today I'll eat this, tomorrow, to try to make a survive out of that. Things were really bad and I didn't want to. I had friends but who were well up, but I didn't want them to see me. You see, because the man of God was preaching of wrong connections. I wanted to disconnect myself completely from that background, to an extent that there's another man who was looking for me. I used to hang around. We used to drink beer together. He's a very well-up man, well-known person. He sent people for me, look for that young man. I went to see him. He said, "No. What's wrong with you, young man? I'm not seeing you these days. Why are you not coming up?" I said, "I know things are not well for now." He said, "No, is it because of money?" I said, "Yeah, it's about money." And he said, No. What are friends for? I'm going to United States. And in 2 weeks' time, I'll be back. And when I come back, I want you to come home. I've discussed with my wife. We want to give you a new bus, a Toyota Coaster. You can just have it. You are a driver. You can drive it yourself and see if you can make money for yourself. You must not stop coming to the club. We are missing you, young man. We love you. Yeah, we are friends after all. You can just come and collect it. I'll give you the book and everything, and you can start from there. I thought it was a favor. I was happy. I said, "No, I'll go and collect it." And then I came to church, and the man of God is saying, "You should never talk, even shoelaces. Don't take anything. Not even shoelace." He's preaching against that. And yet I don't even have a single cent. And then I'm still a new person in the church. No friends. No one can give me anything. I'm seeing people, they're actually throwing some $5 into the offering basket, $10, and say, "Hey, how can a man throw $10 into the offering basket?" And then I don't even have a cent. What is this? So this God, so to an extent that I was tempted to think that this is the God that I never wanted to. Now look at what I'm going through now. My friends were calling me, "Come to the Kudus, come to this place." We have ladies, we have money for beers, we are buying, come, let's go to 2+2, let's go to this and this. Some shows, we have money, should we come and pick you up? And I was supposed to turn back all those offers, you see? And they had money. And the man of God is saying, no, you have to disconnect. You have to cross to the other side. So I went through a process which was very tough, was very, very tough. But I keep on saying, no, if this God can see all these things, if he can do all these things, surely he's going to do something about my situation. Until, as I continued serving, the man of God, things started changing. Not like they called me back to work. No, they didn't up to now. But I don't know, honestly. In the ushering, they would call us, the leaders would call us and say, we are introducing a new uniform. We want some navy blue suits and some white shirts and some red ties. And I didn't have some suits. And I didn't even have money for food. And they say 3 weeks' time we were introducing that uniform, we need it here. And I would be troubled. Where will I get the money? And something would just happen maybe 2 days before the day. Somebody can just call me. From UK, I've deposited some money. You can go to the Western Union and collect this monies for you. And I'll get the money, I'll end up buying 2 or 3 suits, you know. Something started just happening, you know. Some things started just happening. I didn't even have, I had 1 pair of shoe. I had a brown shoe, a 4-corner. Because I used to walk on foot from home to the church every day, following the railway line there. And there are some stones there, so shoes will quickly get damaged. But because that was the only shoe that I had. So I would have to get to church, take a damp cloth, clean it, put a cut box from inside to shape the shape of the shoe so that at least no one can see that this shoe is damaged. Because I had that one. It was just bad those days. No money, nothing, until all of a sudden things begin to change. The first miracle was at the Glamis Arena when the man of God gave us some anointing oil. And he said, some of you are going to receive some calls from outside the country and people are just going to deposit some money into your accounts. And I was serving there as an usher. And he came and anointed us. Before I left the place, I received a message in my inbox. I opened it. And there was a message from UK. I had received some $800. $800 all of a sudden from a cousin sister in UK. That's when everything started changing. Everything started changing. I'm getting money from, you know, different people. I'm now building friends and things are now happening bit by bit. I'm now buying things. Also things that I have now. I don't work anyway. I'm not working. I just rely with the word. Until I had to get married. On my wedding, the God of prophet had to supply everything. We had one of the best weddings, I tell you. It was marvelous. We had everything. People were just coming with pledges. I'll do this for you. I'll pay for the catering. I'll do this from the church. And the wedding went on very well, and we had some gifts. People gave us double fridges and everything. You see, things started happening. In my second car, he declared it at Chitungwiza. He said, write down things that you want from today until the 15th. On the 15th, things will begin to manifest. I jotted down that I wanted a 4x4. I wanted a V6, a big car. And exactly on the 15th, I bought a four-wheel drive, Pajero. Nice one. Exactly on that date, on the 15th, I bought it. You see? But I didn't have money, I didn't have anything. Exactly on that date, I bought that car. Not going to work, but I was driving a V6 engine. And then all this was happening, and the man of God never came to me. I never spoke to him one-on-one. All of a sudden, he came during the service one of the days, and he said, "You were supposed to be ministering for God." And he gave me a prophecy. He told exactly in detail. He told me everything. You were like a devil's bank where he was depositing his power and it was making profit. And he told me everything that I was then supposed to go for the final initiation, that which I cancelled. And said, you were very connected to a principality, but you still become a principality. He told me that's when, then I was shocked. So this man knew all these things all along, and he was quiet. He was just working on me until the time when I was matured. That's when he came and gave me a prophecy that you have to serve God. And he said, now I'm delivering you all the powers of darkness. He prayed for me and I was delivered for finally. And he said, I'll begin to nurture you. He started nurturing me until now. I'm now a pastor in the UFIC. Now serving God, and all the past is gone. I was married 6 times and divorced. I've got 5 kids with different mothers. But now I married, I had a wedding. Now I'm happily married with my wife. We are now enjoying. I'm settled. I'm now a father, a responsible person. A lot of things has changed in my life. I'm no longer addicted to drugs, alcohol. I'm no longer drinking. I'm now serving God. And I would like to thank my father, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. I'm no longer called Waga, the nickname that they used to call me. Now my new nickname is Pastor Makandiwa. That's what they call me now. I'm happy for that, and I would like to thank my father so much for that transformation that took place in my life. I saw God. Surely, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa is a great man of God. He transformed me, he transformed my family. My mother, she's now the happiest person. She had sworn that she would never come to my house because of the wicked things that I used to do. But right now, as I'm speaking, she's in my house. She's happy with me. She's happy with the man of God. I'm now a responsible person, telling you, people of God, and all the people out there, the devil is a liar. That is a no-go area. I tell you, learn it from me. The experience there was terrible. It's only because I was in the dark, but now I know. What he only does is to put you in prison. He never gives you freedom. He doesn't reward you. He's a liar, he's a killer, he's a thief. I'm free now, I'm enjoying life. And this is my story in my own words.